Hello, everyone, and welcome to Screw the Script. On this episode, I will be talking about the AEW's women's division being hot again lately. Toni Storm versus Mariah May, I think, is the best women's storyline in pro wrestling right now. We'll talk about Harley Cameron, Sky Blue returning from injury, Mercedes Moné putting on classic matches, despite whether or not if you like her or not. And then we'll also talk about Megan Bayne and my thoughts on her. But this is Screw the Script. Let's get into it. We'll start with just the AEW women's division as a whole. I think the last few months in the company has taken a huge step forward. You've got the long run that Mercedes Moné has had as a TBS Women's Champion. You may not like her, but she has had a very good run with the title. A lot of good classic matches that she's had defending it. We'll see where that goes heading into Revolution. I'm thinking at some point she will drop it to, which is what I'll tail into next, actually. I think she will drop it eventually to Harley Cameron. And now going into Harley Cameron, my God, has AEW built a star in Harley Cameron the last month or so with her backstage segments. The crowd getting behind her with the Feel the Wrath chant is amazing. Her ventriloquist skills are top notch, which is unbelievable. I never thought she had that talent. And so the puppet Mercedes is hilarious. That's a good bit that we see. And I really do think in 2025 she will be champ of some sort, whether it is taking down Mercedes for the TBS championship, or maybe a smaller title in ROH, something. Put a belt on her. She deserves it. Next, I want to really focus on what I think has been the big highlight, and not even just in the AEW women's division, but just pro wrestling as a whole the last few months or so. Actually, I think it's gone a lot longer. I think half a year. Toni Storm, Mercedes Moné, Toni Storm and Mariah May. I always get that mixed up. Toni Storm, Mariah May, they have put on a really good feud these last few months in AEW. You've seen them across Dynamite, on Collision, promos back and forth. The whole turn at the beginning by Mariah May was, a shock. It was top-notch heel turn. And then they've had two insanely good pay-per-view matches. And just when you think that the feud has ended, which, was bittersweet for me once Toni Storm won the title and became, by the way, the first 4-time women's champ. Congrats to Toni Storm. We say that the feud is not yet done. Mariah May attacked her on this past week's episode of Collision, I believe it was, or maybe it was on Dynamite last week. Just attacked her backstage, drug her out onto the stage, and had this whole vignette promo that was really good. So I think that the Toni Storm Mariah May feud is one of the best feuds in pro wrestling right now, not just women's. But it's nice to see that it's coming from the women's division, which early on in AEW's existence, it wasn't very strong. They had a few, and that was it. Britt Baker, who's not even really around that much anymore. I'm not quite sure what's going on there with her. Maybe she's trying to get out. Her and Adam Cole aren't dating anymore, is what I've read. And I've read that she's had, backstage frustrations with other talent, maybe with Tony Khan as well, if I remember right. So she may be out of AEW in the future. We'll see where that goes. But with how red hot the division is, I don't think they need her anymore. I really don't. They're building stars. Toni Storm wasn't much of a star in WWE when she crossed over, especially not on the main roster. She is now. Look at her. Harley Cameron turning into a mega star. You've got Mercedes who jumped ship, and she's still great in the ring, despite whether or not you like her or not. She is good in the ring. You've got Chris Statlander, who is really good. And then next, I wanted to talk about Megan Bayne, who I think is someone very special. We don't know quite yet how good she is on the mic. Maybe, it's going to take some time there, but she is very talented in the ring. She's got the complete package. She's honestly their new Jade Cargill. Really is the best way to put it. They're packaging her how they had Jade Cargill package, basically. Mostly, not quite, but just this unstoppable force of a woman. I think also by the end of 2025, she is going to be champ. I think she will be the one to dethrone Toni Storm in the future. I think the Toni Storm and Mariah May feud will end here soon, probably in the next couple of months, because I think Toni Storm will successfully defend the title, and that will put a rest to that feud. And then I think in comes Megan Bayne. And I think Megan Bayne, before year's end, will be AEW Women's Champ. I think she will beat Toni Storm. And in the meantime, they'll probably have her work on promos backstage to get her warmed up to that, because as champ, with that territory comes needing to do promos and defending the belt often and things like that. But that's pretty much it. Just wanted to take a few minutes or so of your time to describe how well I think the AEW women's division is doing so far in 2025. Even the tail end of 2024, those last few months going into this new year, they have had a great women's division. And that's all I really had. Just give me a like, comment, and subscribe, as always. For those who are supporting me, thank you again, as always. And for a fun question down below, tell me who your favorite AEW women's wrestler is currently, and tell me who your favorite champ was in the company's career so far, whether that is Toni Storm now or one of our other 3 runs, or if it was somebody else. Let me know down in the comments below. And as always, this is Screw to Script. Thanks for watching.